Hello everybody, how's it going? It is Alexander Williamson here with The Secret History, living in your aquarium. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about the opportunities that are in existence with the channel in 2023. So we have a number of different affiliate programs and discounts that you guys can save on just for being members of our community here. All of the people that I work with, they have to have a very high mark of ethics for how they treat their fish, their employees, and how they handle themselves. Just as human beings, I have to like the people and get along with them and find what they're doing to be a net positive in every way to the fish keeping community, both through preservation and conservation of wild fish that are threatened, and through the care of domesticated fish that are already in tanks and aquariums across the world in captivity. So, you guys probably know that Aquatic Arts is one of the companies I work with, and I will continue to be working with Aquatic Arts, as well as their new online marketplace by their same owner that goes by the name Vivy, VIVVY.com. So I don't have any discounts or codes for you guys on Vivy.com, but if you guys do want to buy or sell fish in the United States and you want to do it overnight, it's $25 for shipping, any size box, and it's all insured. They have care sheets and info on acclimation, as well as good community tank mates, and a whole huge backlog of information about the fish that you will be buying. So things like their water parameters and where they come from, their care, and even interesting articles about other aspects such as filtration options or substrate options, all sorts of things. It's going to be a center for knowledge, and beyond that, it's also going to be what AquaBid kind of always tried to be but never quite made it to being, in that there will be total transparency in if the fish and or shrimp and invertebrates and plants, were they bred in the person's house, were they imported, were they bred in America domestically but maybe in a larger farm setting, or were they imported from overseas, and to what extent were they cared for and in what ways, how long were they quarantined for, and how were they treated or acclimated, and how that will impact them. So that's really neat to see the transparency that will be applied to our entire hobby through that. Now, if you want to go check out Vivy.com, VIVVY.com, just go there. You can become a seller. You do have to apply to be a seller. They kind of check folks out, ask some questions. It's not a huge deal, but they just want to make sure that you are meeting their high standards of how to treat fish, ship fish, breed fish, and make sure that we're following all the state laws and procedures that are recommended. Now, Aquatic Arts, for the rest of January 2023, the code is ALEX15 or ALEX10 to get 15% off your entire order or 10% off your entire order. If you want to get that deal again, just wait until February, where we'll have a new code for 4 months, and at checkout you can use the code of Fishtory. And the reason we are using the code Fishtory is because I have a brand new podcast by the name of Fishtory available on all major podcast platforms now, where we're taking some of the best, my favorite episodes of old episodes of The Secret History Living in Your Aquarium, as well as weekly installments of academic peer-reviewed news and research that has been released relating to the aquarium hobby. And I try to put that all together into short stories, somewhere between 5 and 12 minutes in length, with there being 4 of them in each installment. So there will be those, and there will be hour-long or 40-minute long, somewhere in there, deep dives on subjects, such as the tannin video I did, where you don't need to be observing visually. You can just listen while you do a water change, obviously. Now, most of these existing podcast episodes will also be available on YouTube before they are available on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever it is that you would like to listen to your podcasts normally. But starting off very soon, we will be uploading the actual series known as Fishery, which will be a weekly installment with news that is cutting edge, breaking that day or that week, and putting context to it, explaining it, and talking about it a bit in a way that hopefully is fun, interesting, and informative in a way that ties back to our hobby and possibly what it is you and I are doing in our aquariums and in our fish rooms, if you're one of those crazy nerds like me that has a whole room of fish tanks. So, who else have I so-called partnered with? Well, I want you to know that I haven't taken a payment from any corporation or manufacturer or anything like that. I do not accept payments for ads or reviews or anything like that. And in fact, usually I buy my own products even if I am reviewing a product, because I feel like that helps maintain the integrity of this channel. And all my merchandise that I do sell on the site, I donate the money, the profits that come from that, which are, you know, usually, other than maybe the Christmas season, that November, December time, it's usually somewhere between 20 and 60 bucks profit that I make, because I have it capped off at 10% on shirts and mugs, and on other items like hoodies and things, 20% profit is the most that I will make on those. Now, the designs are all my own artwork, and they're through Teespring, and you can check out that link in the description, or it's actually a little slider of images of shirts and other things that you guys can check out with the channel name on it, as well as more just art without the channel name. I don't need to, you know, go branding the channel all the time. Sometimes, you know, people just want a shirt with a nice Sumi ink brush illustration of a Corydoras or a Neocaridina shrimp. And then also a lot of them have a reverse side printing that is a biomechanical or kind of a steampunk version of the same fish laid out similarly. So that's the deal with the merch on this site. If you have ideas for nonprofits that you'd like me to support, or you think are good ones that I should check out, that have to do with freshwater fish conservation or the ecology of things like the Orinoco rainforest or the Congo rainforest, definitely let me know. We're always looking for new places to support. Piaba, Arkoff, Son of Running River, the Green Earth Alliance, which Ivan Mikolji and I are in charge of. All of those we've supported in the past and hope to support more in the future with you guys buying the merch. Now, I will get with it, on the ball, behind the ball, whatever it may be, and make some new designs and upload those shortly. I promise that'll happen in the early part of this year. Okay. So who else, what else can you guys take advantage of just being community members? You don't even have to buy anything. Well, that is another thing that you can check out is in my community tab. I share how I get the sources for my research. And a lot of times there's really interesting articles, and oftentimes I have to pay for those in the subscription. But I decide to put out a piece of, let's call it tasteful commentary on those, and because of that, I am sharing their source, which is usually behind a paywall. So that's one fun thing you guys can hopefully get at. And if you're a member, you get at even more of it, because I put so many sources and rundowns of the Fishery episodes. If you go to the community tab and scroll back through, you'll see that just for a $1.99 membership fee, you will get access to more studies and odd links, quirky trivia, and interesting interactive sites than you'd know what to do with. Now, beyond that, Dan's Fish is the one that I am super excited about to announce, and the codes for all of these, or the link that will get you the deal on any one of these things, whether it's Aquatic Arts or AQUA CHAR or the Garden of EDER Shrimp, all these places that I feel strongly about are good institutions that I can stand behind. They will have the information in the description of the video. So check the most recent video in case codes are changing, because a lot of times I'll get a code for 3 or 4 months or 6 months or just a sale, and then it will change. So check the most recent video, like this one if you're watching this at the end of January 2023, and check it out, because now we are going to be affiliates of dansfish.com. Dan is a tough working son of a gun, a very intelligent guy, and he and his team have been working tirelessly now for the better part of over half a decade to build up a amazing fish import business, as well as, you know, he buys fish that are bred in the US, but he really specializes in oddball and hard to find imported wild caught. It may be, or it may be farm raised, but either way, they're always ethically sourced and very, very cool, interesting fish. And so for a long time, Aquatic Arts was bringing in enough that I felt one company was good enough, and I'd mentioned from time to time that the Wet Spot Tropicals, aka the Cichlid Exchange, and that Dan's Fish were out there and that they were good too. Redfish, Bluefish shop, another good spot you can check out for apistos and European fish if you're in the States. But if you want to get a 10% discount if you've never bought anything before from Dan's Fish, go to his website, check it out. He has some freaking incredible fish, and hundreds of them. Usually there's over 70 or 80 species in stock, if not like 200, and they're the coolest oddball fish, beautiful fish, rare morphs, wild morphs, things like wild bettas and gobies and Lake Turkana fish that you haven't seen in a long time, or that maybe even that were thought to be extinct at one point, things like goodeids that are very hard to find. And they're at a price that I must admit is not bargain basement, bottom dollar price. They do cost a bit of money, but it's because he does everything totally ethically. He quarantines everything, he watches them closely, he gives you information on how the batch is doing, and if it needs to be put on hold or anything like that. And he's very, very transparent about that. He has his weekly show on Wednesdays where he talks about whatever's in stock, and that will help out this channel too. I will get an affiliate link kickback commission if you guys get your 10% discount for buying something for the first time on dansfish.com. So check out the links below in the description yet again if you want to take advantage of that. Another one that I have for you is TGOEshrimps.com, the Garden of EDER Shrimp.com. That's Shelby and Grant Eder, and they have more Caridina shrimp than you could ever freaking know what to do with. They have something approaching 500 tanks at their house of shrimp. There's a tour of that and all on my site, but they have some of the best quality and some of the rarest forms of Caridina, as well as Paracaridina, Neocaridina, Babalti, I mean, you name it, the Sulawesi Island shrimp. And you can check out what the code is for that right now. It's usually secret history, but I'd check just to double check, triple check what the code is at the moment. Now, AQUA CHAR, another product that I really believe in for embedding essential minerals, nutrients, and active carbon into your substrate for your plants and your ecosystem in a fully planted tank or a biotope style tank. It is another product I really like, and the company that I really like, that's doing incredible work in Africa, working with an orphanage and a nonprofit over there. And it is high quality charcoal, or activated carbon, activated charcoal, that is basically super fine and will take toxins and particulate matter out of your aquarium water, even just by setting it in your aquarium, but big time by putting it in your filter, in a filter media bag. And you can do that, run it for a few days, and then toss it, or you can also use it to be colonized by beneficial bacteria that will take care of all your nitrogen cycle needs. And then once those are inundated, you can bury it into the substrate where it takes care of your plants, almost like root tabs that have been fortified. So I really like that product. It's an age-old product. It's just charcoal, but it's from a trusted place. You get a lot of it, and you know, I appreciate what they're doing, and that you can get a discount as well as support this channel as someone if you need that in your life. And it's just way better than the charcoal you'd get in a bag with your normal hang on the back filter or canister filter setup that you'd get at the local big box store. It's hardwoods that are made with a proprietary burning method, using hardwoods that are then imbued and fortified with nutrients and minerals that are essential to plant and fish growth. So lastly, the last thing I have for you is going to be Shrimp Envy. And shrimpenvy.com is an American owned and run site that produces the best organic, all natural shrimp food that is full of stuff that shrimp and invertebrates actually need, believe it or not. Not full of soy and wheat and sodium and all sorts of other junk that they use as filler in a lot of products that come in the big box stores for shrimp. Now, they're also for sale at all my favorite places. The Garden of EDER Shrimp sells their product lines. Aquatic Arts does, and I think Dan's Fish does now too. So all these guys kind of work together, even though they're all amazing and independent in their own way, because they all have a certain standard of excellence. And I always love to hear your experience with all these places, and I'd love to hear back if you ever have anything less than the very best experience with any of these vendors, or if any of the codes aren't working or whatnot. Let me know in the comments. You can comment right on this video, you can email me, you can bug me on Facebook, whatever it may be. But I want to hear that everything's going smoothly, and I want to hear the amazing stories of, you know, how you're now breeding some rare fish that was sourced at Aquatic Arts or at Dan's Fish, or how you know, your shrimp almost all died because of something like Windex getting in their tank, and you threw a piece of AQUA CHAR in there and it cleared it all up in less than a half an hour. You know, I hear these anecdotal great stories from these brands and these companies that I team up with, and it helps me know that I've made the right choice. And if I ever stop hearing those things or hear something less than the very best from all of them, they won't be around any longer. So let me know if there's any other companies or brands that you guys really believe in and think we could maybe as a group barter to get a discount or some sort of perk from. And I will do my best to do that because you guys deserve it. You guys are one of the best groups and channels out there on YouTube. I don't want to claim we're the best, but I can say that I think my viewers are the very best. And you guys are kind, compassionate, great educators and teachers to one another, always asking great questions, and you know, you stay curious and you stay compassionate. And on that note, that's what we should do. And I hope you guys enjoy everything that's been going on the channel, and also enjoy the new podcast, as well as some of the perks of being around this channel, getting up to 15% off at Aquatic Arts, getting 10% off your first order at Dan's Fish, you know, the deals with AQUA CHAR, the deal with the Garden of EDER Shrimp, the 10% off. There are perks just to being around this community, and I wanted to list those out for 2023. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.